After many years in the smart home game, why am I switching to Apple HomeKit? Let's dive into it on the next Mix of Tech. Hi guys, welcome to Mix Tech, where I review technology for the consumer prosumer, and I give my take on the things I see. In this video, I'm going to talk through my journey through my smart home hubs and networks and talk through why I'm switching to Apple HomeKit. And I also want to give you 5 reasons you may want to do the same. I started my smart home journey in 2013, investing in Wink because all you had to do was purchase the hub, and then there were a number of other compatible smart home products that worked with Wink. It was in 2017 or so that I started to see there was less being supported, and I was finding that there were devices that I wanted to add, but I couldn't because Wink just wasn't supporting it. And then in 2020, as their devices were dwindling on support, Wink made the decision to be able to improve their support, they were going to require a subscription. That's what made me think, all right, I don't want to pay for a hub and then pay for a monthly subscription. I'm going to look elsewhere. And I made the decision to go with Smarthings because it fit what was already in my home and what was in my network. Now, keep in mind, I was using Amazon's Assistant to interact with Smarthings, and I did use a number of skills so that they both would work effectively. But I never felt that it was native to my home, and it didn't interact very cleanly. It was more of an extension, not a complement. And it wasn't until I purchased smart blinds because of some home improvements that we needed to make that I started to notice that Apple HomeKit might be a viable option. My wife and I made improvements to our kitchen and to our office to where they were hard to reach areas that we needed to have some automation with blinds. And in order to do so, we did have Lutron for my office, and some other blinds were offered by Budget Blinds. In order to make them all work, we needed to have the Budget Blinds hub. That was my first interaction with adding a device to my Apple HomeKit environment. It was super simple. All I had to do was scan the code and then add it to my home, and then it was readily available to actually access what I needed to do to interact with my smart devices. And that got me thinking, okay, that was a great experience. Unlike Wink and Smarthings and even Google, to be able to just scan your code and then it's added to your smart home, it was a huge win. And I also was thinking, all right, well, let me inventory what I have and see what it would take to actually move to Apple HomeKit. I already had a hub based upon having multiple Apple TVs. I already had most of my lighting through Philips Hue and Lutron for switches. With that, I had some of the core accessories that were compatible with Apple HomeKit. And when Prime Day came around, I was able to augment some of those gaps that I had to be able to get my Apple HomeKit environment almost 75% away from Smarthings. And between using Apple HomeKit, Siri, and Amazon, I have my home automated with a lot of the automations and scenes from Apple HomeKit. Now, enough about me. Let's talk about the 5 reasons you may want to look at Apple HomeKit. Well, first off, there's really potentially no upfront cost. If you're looking at Apple HomeKit, you're probably an Apple user. And I understand that if you're not an Apple user, you probably are looking at other options. But I know that there's a number of my subscribers, my consumers out there that have Apple at home, and they potentially have a HomePod mini or an Apple TV. And if you have that already, there's nothing that's required to purchase. Now, if you are looking to purchase a hub, you can start with the $99 cost in a HomePod mini. Not only is it going to provide a home, it's also going to provide a border router from a thread standpoint, and also provides a speaker that's pretty decent. The second reason is the Home app. It's natively accessible across all your Apple devices, from your watch to your iPad to your Apple TV to your HomePod mini. They're all accessible and easy to use. And it's not something that you actually have to even use the app for. A lot of the interactions that you can have with the Home app is based upon the control center or leveraging Siri. It's just an easy experience. If you're setting up a smart home, guys, your wife has to approve it. And my wife has found it to be pretty easy in comparison to what we were using with Smarthings and Wink in the past. And the third reason is security and privacy. And with HomeKit, you're able to easily isolate your HomeKit accessories from the rest of your network within HomeKit or in pairing with the Eero Pro 6. I've got a video right here if you're interested in that setup. Not only can you isolate your HomeKit accessories, but you can also do secure video. Now, as long as you have the right tiered storage, 200 gigabytes and above, then you can actually use end-to-end encryption to use your iCloud storage. This will offer privacy and security with your video storage because you're not going to that third party to store video. Now, keep in mind that does mean that you may have to reduce, in my case with my Eufy video cameras, I have to reduce from 2K to 1080p. but it's securing my video and it's ensuring that detection is done natively at the devices in my network. And then from a video standpoint for encryption, it's going to encrypt the transmission between my home and my iCloud storage. And the fourth one is big, and I honestly didn't know that this was a possibility until recently when I started to figure out my inventory of what devices I had that weren't HomeKit compatible. Now keep in mind, this is not certified by Apple. This could be removed as of July of 2021, but you will be able to use Homebridge to bridge the gap between those that are not certified. Now I've gone with Hoobs, which provides plugins to be able to install all these other devices that aren't currently certified by Apple HomeKit. I've added plugins for MyQ. I've added plugins for my Ring cameras. I've added plugins for Bond so I can be able to use some of my fans. And it's all readily accessible either by using Homebridge or in my case, I'm using Hoobs. The last one is the feature that Apple has with HomeKit. You continue to see investments. Now they're going to offer capability for third parties to leverage Siri so you can interact with it. They're also involved in Matter, which is fantastic. So hopefully in the future, that means that instead of looking for Apple HomeKit certified, you can look at just something that is going to be relevant to Matter. So it'll work not only on Apple HomeKit, but it'll work on Amazon and it'll work on Google. And that's the other thing to keep in mind is that a lot of times when you get something that is certified for Apple HomeKit, it's going to work for Amazon and Google. So you're not going to be in a position to where you just buy something for Amazon that may not work for Apple HomeKit. So I hope this video was helpful to you. And if it was, make sure to hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more great content like this. Thanks for joining A Mix of Tech.